Greetings everyone, this is Castantino. Then it's time for a movie review. I just seen Fallen Kingdom. The only Jurassic Park movie I haven't seen. Give it props for not being what I expected, which is Jurassic Park Lost World. Get to that another time. So anyway, basically the movie opens up just like Lost World, where, oh no, they're getting the band together. They find the girl from the previous movie, the park exec or something. I don't know what she is. I don't even know what her name is. I can't remember it. I'm sorry to the actress and all that, but yeah, if there's one thing about this, too many of the characters are just for me in this Jurassic World series. That's the problem. Anyway, she's approached by the CEO, the villain CEO, and I use this, I'll get to that later, that he wants to go to this Isla Nublar, where the park is, capture as many of the animals there as possible, because there's volcanic activity that's going to sink the entire island. Okay. So anyway, they and we've seen this before in Lost World, you know. So anyway, so she goes because they specifically say we need to make sure at least this one is caught. And it's Blue, the raptor hero from the previous movie. So she goes to find Owen, the raptor wrangler, and the only character that I seem to even care about, because I mean, I shouldn't say that. The characters, the humans are really, for the most part, in some part. The heroes are really interesting. So she goes to Owen. She eventually talks him into coming with her, a female veterinarian, and a tech-savvy, spineless stereotype. So they go to the island. There's an entire army of people there waiting for them. So they do that. And they get all the power back. They somehow get all the power back on, because... So they get the power back on. And they find Blue. Okay. Owen goes, does his thing. And then this is where you get to the point in the movie where it's like, oh my god, they weren't good at all. And it's such a bullshit scene. I mean, basically they shoot Blue before getting Owen's signal. Then the guy actually does shoot Blue with a bullet, because he's a panicked idiot, because Blue's going to tear his entire insides out. It's just one thing after another. So they go on. They end up, there's a fight between the military lead guy, who's weird, has a thing about teeth, because later when they're loading all the dinosaurs into the ship to have them shipped out, he's taking each one and pulling one of their teeth. Failed dentist? So they leave Owen to die. Eventually, Owen's woken up just in time to see that he's about to have a bunch of lava spewing over him. He obviously gets away. He gets back to the camp, to the docks, where they hurt him and the other heroine, or go, and she's got the nerd. So they all go and they get on the ship. And they meet back up with a vet who says Blue's going to die unless we A, get the bullet out of her, and B, get some blood, a blood transfusion. To which they go, let's open these containers and just bleed one of the dinosaurs. Of course, which one do they pick? The T-Rex. They pick the T-Rex, they bleed the T-Rex. Shenanigans happens where the T-Rex wakes up, and they get out of there. They do the blood transfusion, which contaminates the blood, because now Blue's got a mix of T-Rex and raptor blood in her, and it all makes sense later on why this is actually a blessing and a bad thing. So they get to the land, and this is where we go from the island, which was felt like only 5 minutes. The scene, seriously, the whole island excursion, I'm sure it was 10 or 20, maybe half hour, if that, but it felt like it was 5 minutes. On the island, bad guy, bad guy, hero's left for dead, hero wakes up, to the ship, on the ship, and island's gone. So all of those trailers, all of the push about the island, nothing happened on the island. There's a stampede. Some of the animals jumped into the ocean off a cliff because they were followed by a ash cloud. And that was pretty much it. So they get back to land. And this is where the entire thing falls apart for me. So, yeah. So Engine is, of course, up shit creek because of everything. So they have another nerdy-looking, stuck-up, tailor-suited jackass like they did in Lost World. The only difference is I think this guy had more hair, but he was built the same way. I wouldn't even be surprised if they maybe mentioned that he was this guy's kid from Lost World. Acts the same way, greedy, blah blah blah. Has a really stupid plan. Anyway, this is basically where it's really obvious. So I have to go into this. There's a few things about Jurassic Park. There's always an old guy. Hammond's always there in spirit. He was in the first one in physical. He was in the second one in physically. He was in the fourth one, except for the third one. I think he gets mentioned, but only in connection to, so he's still there spiritually. In the fourth one, he's mentioned about how Hammond had a great idea and blah blah blah, and this is Jurassic World. And then they show a picture of him, a portrait of him in a mansion. This is something else. This is also where where the scene shifts to the mansion, and we officially become Resident Evil. This is Resident Evil. You've got Engine. Okay, there's Engine, and then there's Umbrella. Let's look at them like this. Umbrella does genetic engineering with viruses and plants. Engine does genetic engineering with ancient DNA. Okay? Umbrella creates monsters. Engine creates dinosaurs, which can be labeled as monsters. Umbrella creates the ultimate life form with the Tyrant, later the Nemesis, and so on and so forth. Engine creates the ultimate life form dinosaur in the first movie, the Indominus Rex, and in this movie, the Indoraptor. Umbrella has a laboratory underneath a mansion. And in this movie, Engine has a secret laboratory underneath a mansion. Okay. Okay, fine. So, like I said, officially, it's become Resident Evil. So, anyway, the scene shifts. Our heroes are captured. The vet's taken up to the lab because, of course, she's the vet. Everyone else is captured. The nerd is during the ship, he was taken away from the rest of the group because he was mistaken as part of the crew. Now he's become part of the lab, so he's trying to stay a low key. Now the ultimate plan of these guys, of Umbrella, see how much they're alike? I almost called them Umbrella, of Engine and this fucking CEO, is to auction off the dinosaurs. Auction them off to whoever. If there's one thing that connects every godforsaken villain in these movies, it's always been money. It's not some diabolical thing, and it's not. It's all. That's the only difference between Resident Evil and this, because this one, every villain in it, 3 didn't really have a villain. 3 was basically we're tricking Grant to come with us to get this on. Resident Evil has a villain who wants to control the world. This blonde-haired guy who looks like it's who acts like it's some villain straight out of a freaking 80s action flick. And Albert Wesker. And it's like... So yeah. Got that. You've got... and they don't have that with Engine. It's all about money. And honestly, the only villain that was... I thought was interesting was Dennis Nedry from the first movie, because this was a guy, he was fed up. He's a lavish spender, obviously, even when he really shouldn't be, has no right being. is probably in a lot of debt because of all of his spending, and so he goes to Engine's competitor, which is apparently controlled by this guy named Dodson. And he's just there to steal some embryos. That's it. Every villain since then, it's been, we're going to kidnap this, like in the second movie. We're going to kidnap them, and we're going to take what Hammond did, but he did it all wrong. We're going to do it all wrong. He thought we could do it on an island, but we're going to do it different. This time, we're bringing it to the continent. Which that was it. That was his whole freaking plan. Bring the dinosaurs and put them on this stupid Disneyland with dinosaurs, where the attractions actually eat the people. Fourth movie had game guy, who was this big burly guy. I can't remember his name because he ends up getting killed by, I believe, the Raptors. So yeah. Like I said, I don't remember him, and he was basically there to do exactly the same, help them do the exact same thing that they were going to do tried to do in the fifth movie, which is they were going to auction off the dinosaurs. Auction them off for exotic pets, for tests in other places. Take your pick. Take your pick. This is so stupid. And Dr. Wu's still fucking there, going, oh no, you can't do this. You can't. We need to do it this way. Blah blah blah. And it's like, never mind. No one's listening. So anyway, our heroes get out by using the head of a dinosaur, another dinosaur. I can't remember what this dinosaur's called. And when I say head, he bashed through a wall. They go up, release him into the auction, where he pretty much either knocks or I'm pretty sure he probably killed a few people. They get down and they go into this evil lab. So they do that. So aside from the point, let's get into the old man. There's an old man, he's on a respirator, who's thinking, yes, we're going to be taking them to another island and leaving them there with no volcano and stuff. Well, when he finds out about the CEOs, that's pretty much all you need to know, because other than the fact that about the little girl, which we'll get into in a little bit, that's about it. That's about all the part he plays. He's basically the John Hammond of this movie, and then he gets killed by this evil CEO. That's it. So, little girl. So apparently the little girl is a clone of that guy's daughter. When this revelation is supposed to be one of those shock things. I heard that, and I'm like, I wasn't surprised. Mainly because this is Engine. This guy controls Engine. He's got a secret lab. He knows he's got a secret lab downstairs. If this group, this company, can frickin' clone ancient DNA from dinosaurs, this should be a cakewalk. I understand that this is a mammal, reptile type of deal. This should still be a cakewalk. Yeah. So anyway, we go from there. The little girl finds out about the evil plan. And yeah. So everybody's loose. She meets up with the heroes. They cause mass hysteria. Eventually, the head of the military guys, after everybody's evacuated, well, almost everybody's evacuated the thing, does the dumbest thing because he's an evil dentist. My God. Yeah, he's an evil dentist. He's an evil dentist. That's all he is. At this point, he freaking decides, I want the because the Indoraptor was at the moment on auction. So everybody ended up running out because the Friar Tuck dinosaur chased everyone out. And then he goes, after not shooting this thing with 2 tranquilizer darts, goes in and wants to take one of its teeth. This is one of the few parts in this whole thing that actually got a chuckle out of me, because the raptor starts fucking with this guy. He starts raising his tail to get his attention, then he puts his tail down. Guy looks back and he's like, what? And meanwhile you see the Indoraptor open its eye, and the back of its mouth, its lips, what would be its lips, a little slit, kind of raises up like it's doing a smirk. Eventually it kills him. And it kills him, no surprise. It rips his arm off, bites his arm off, and then kills him. So it gets out. So we have a chase. Even this. The heroes get chased around the mansion by the freaking the evil ultimate life form. Yeah. Just like Resident Evil, we have the tyrant chasing the 2 heroes in that video game out of the mansion, and in this you got the Indoraptor freaking chasing everybody out of the mansion. That mansion kills this little little midget auctioneer and all that. Now, eventually, one of the true heroes of the Blue, who's back up and running, and already escaped when the vet and the tech guy, I got tired of it, and the tech guy knocked out Wu in the lab, and he got the keys to get her out of there. They were being threatened by 2 guards who were about to kill them. Blue jumps out of her cage, attacks the 2 guys. They shoot flammable gas. The vet and tech get the hell out of there. Blue, after killing those 2, sniffs the air, has this moment of, oh shit, and hauls ass. Blue eventually ends up fighting the Indoraptor because this is awesome. It's like one of those. Yeah. So Blue fights the Indoraptor. Blue, eventually they even go outside and trap the Indoraptor in a on top of a glass ceiling. Blue attacks the Indoraptor, who's already broken through the glass because of its sheer weight, and got back up. Blue and they both end up toppling down into the museum that's underneath. And lo and behold, in this museum is a skull of a Triceratops, or one of those. I don't think. See, anyway. And the Indoraptor right onto the horns. So, what happens to the caged up dinosaurs? Because the dinosaurs were caged up in the secret evil laboratory. Well, at first, they were about to die because of all the gas and the fumes in the exhaust ports weren't opened. So, sorry, no proton torpedoes going in and destroying that. So, the only option they have is to, if they want to save the dinosaurs, is to open up the gates to the outside. Well, if they do that, they literally unleash the dinosaurs onto an unsuspecting populace. Ultimately, the little genetic girl, clone girl, does it, hits the button, and lets them out. So that's it. As far as the villain goes, earlier in the beginning of the movie, they got a piece of the Indominus Rex's rib, and released the fish monster, fish dino. They took it, the evil CEO got his hands on it, and he's trying to escape with it. Well, he's parked in front of the escape hatch for the dinos. So the dinosaurs come crashing through. They trash his car. Don't kill him. Oh no. He gets the obligatory villain death from the T-Rex. The T-Rex comes out, bites him. A Conatar, which is basically one of these little smaller version T-Rex guys with these really stubby arms, stubbier than even the Rex, comes by, rips the guy's leg off, and the Rex kind of smacks him in the head and be like, no, get the hell out of here, mine. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Then there's Ian Malcolm doing a thing about how, yeah, all this, we have to really think about what we just did, blah blah blah, and all this and that. And yeah, then credits. So, final thoughts. I liked the movie. It was better than. Here's the thing about this movie. I set the bar low. I set the bar like low because I saw, like, even I was like, okay, they just redid. They kind of did Jurassic Park, but they took it up a notch. So, I enjoyed it. This one, from everything I was seeing in the previews, I'm like, oh man, they're doing Lost World again. And then, to an extent, they did. I was upset they didn't stay as long as the island as I thought they were going to. I thought it was going to be more like that, but nope, it was like in and out. So yeah, wasn't as good as I would expect from a Jurassic Park movie, but really, after Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park, it's like, but it set up an interesting. It sets up some interesting things in that the other movies didn't, with the dinosaurs now being released into the U.S. and a bunch of people having already bought some of the other dinosaurs, and the remnants of the evil lab still freaking floating around, which is. So again, we're going, at this point, Universal should just call Capcom and go, hey, remember you guys did a video game called Dino Crisis? We'd like to talk to you something about that. Could happen. Hey, you know what? They're genetic dinosaurs. You know, go into a lab, an island or something of some villain. Maybe the villain's even. Maybe they sold him to Cobra Commander. Sold him to Cobra Commander. Suddenly Cobra's got a legion of. I could see that happening. That's right. G.I. Joe in the same freaking universe as Jurassic Park. And as promised, actually. That actually sounds interesting now. I don't know. I don't know who's got the rights to the JoJo franchise, though. Is it Universal or is it Paramount? It's one of those two. If it's Paramount, sad panda. If it's Universal, so yeah. On that, I'd like to see you next time in the next video.